Come to Remora TC to trade like a shark and not get eaten by one. Let's school together to protect and grow our money. Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. It is December 23rd, a couple of days before Christmas. I'm sure you all are super busy with wrapping presents and getting things ready for your family's gatherings for Christmas. If you're not and you're on your own, I hope you find some relaxation and some solitude that will allow you to mentally prepare for the year to come, so that good things in the trading world could help you make some big money. So let's get started with the few tickers that we're going to review on our last video for this year. Triple Qs is the first up, and you can see here that in the past week, the price action is just rebounding off of this 610 zone. You can see it's coming right up here into what was the gap fill. I'm going to pull that over like that and also annotate that there is likely resistance at this entry edge of the gap zone. Okay, that's just normal price action that we're going to see here. With the next, I don't know, tomorrow and maybe the 26th, there's going to be a little bit of low volume trading. I wouldn't want you to take any big positions, because really it's not the time to do it. It's the end of the year. All the big fish, the sharks and whales, are off vacationing with their families, and they're not going to make big moves. Okay, so overall the general direction remains unchanged. There is no bullish divergence down here. The RSI is still playing this bearish divergence, which coincides with the shark signals that I put up here. So let's just slide this over to the right, and it is still further low prices for triple Qs. Switching to the gold miners play, GDX, you can see that up here there is an all-time high up here that took place yesterday, and today's price action is pretty much a horizontal move. What we do want to highlight specifically is the bearish divergence down here, which is very different from this bullish price action up here. To me, this is like a double top, and with today's and yesterday's poke up here, move up to this all-time highs, it really is diverging more from a momentum standpoint. So my overall annotation, the direction is unchanged. I'm just going to slide it to the right. It really is still to the downside. I wouldn't take this long if I were you. One person might say, well, somebody might argue that maybe you can annotate this line a little bit like this. And I'll just kind of go like that. Just say that perhaps the break of this lower line here, trend line, might be the actual, the sell signal that would be coming. But really, the momentum already changed way back here in the September timeframe, even down here. I was starting to inform everybody that the sharks are getting out. So really no change. It's lower prices for GDX. From where we are here, all-time highs down to the 200-day would be about, let's see if it's about here, that's about a 20% move, 25% move, okay, depending on where the 200-day comes up. So just really take your profits if you can for GDX. Switching over to the Bitcoin play, let's just kind of zoom out a little bit. You can see the overhead resistance here at the purple trend line. Yeah, it's been playing out. You can see how I made the annotation and the prediction. The price will eventually come down to about 58K. That's a big move from where we are at the moment. That's about a 30% move. And really, you can see down here that the overall volume is decreasing. Okay, the price action is really to the downside. You can see a lot of red candles down here. I don't see a change in momentum. If you were to compare this low here, low, higher low, like these low, this shows that price is moving horizontally. And here, though one might say, well, is this a bullish divergence? But it's not, because the price action here, here I'll kind of zoom in to show you. This is a low, and here's the low here for RSI. This is a higher low up here on the price action. And really this is in the RSI, it agrees with the price action. The two are in agreement. To me, there isn't a bullish divergence. The only bullish divergence that I see is right here on this point over to here. So let's make this green to give us some clarity. So this low, and this is a lower low. So the lows are going downward. And here you can see the momentum is going upward. So might we say that there is a slight rebound coming? It's possible. There might be a rebound that goes from here up to this purple trend line up here. Okay, so I'll give us that. I'm not going to say that, I'm not going to say that it's not going to happen, but from a momentum standpoint, it's possible that it'll come up here. And it's just more flagging action. That's how I would say. Switching to the weekly perspective, if this was a weekly view, so this is a weekly view, excuse me, one might be able to draw the candle a little bit differently, the flag a little bit differently. Maybe it's something like that. So the price action would come up here and it flags out a little bit, okay? Anyway, the main point is, don't get sucked in. The price action will move up based on the near-term momentum change right here. Okay, so I'll give us that. And it would likely only come up here to hit the purple trend line again. So let's slide this over to the right. I'll go like that. Okay, and maybe it won't get down to 58, but I've already made the annotation, the prediction of 58. So we'll see. I'll leave it like that. But really, it's lower prices. Don't go long. From where we are now up to the purple, it's only about a 10, 12% move. It's not worth going in long because it's a really volatile ticker index, this Bitcoin US dollar index. Okay, so that's Bitcoin. Switching to Microsoft. Here we go. You can see some sideways price action over the past couple of weeks. It's just sideways action. If I were to redraw this, maybe we could go something like this. Okay, something like that. If we were to the hourly, maybe it might give us a slightly cleaner look. Yeah, so maybe the hourly would be something like this. Okay. It is a flag, and the overall direction is to the downside. Now, where the flag breaks, let's say it breaks, if it broke here, but it didn't, it reclaimed it. So it'll be somewhere out here to the right. So let's go like that. Okay, so it is still lower prices for Microsoft. And when you switch back to the daily, you can see how the flag changes a little bit, but it's like that. All right, so still not the time to go long on Microsoft. At the moment, the next leg is to the downside, probably down to this gap entry at the very least. So gap entry is about 425 down here. So there you go. Okay, Microsoft is to the downside. There's no bullishness. Heading over to Northrop Grumman, the past couple of days has been a retest of the purple trend line. You can see this. Yesterday's move, though it looks impulsive, the volume's pretty low. Yesterday's big candle is only 530,000 shares. Okay, so it's not convincing enough to say that everybody's jumping back in. They're not. The sharks have already sold over here. Okay, they were telling each other to get out, so then boom, 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 they're selling. And those who are buying back in really aren't the big players. It's not a lot of volume. You could say that yesterday's volume was, the bigger volume was here on Friday the 19th last week. That was bigger volume. But yesterday and today, not a lot of volume. So really it is to the downside, okay? So no change in the annotation. If anything, maybe I'll slide this over to the right a little bit. But it did break here, so maybe I'll just leave it there. I'll just leave it there. I'm not changing my tune. Lower prices for Northrop down to this edge here, okay? This 517, which is the completion of the gap fill. All right. Let's head over to two of the financials. American Express. The past week has been horizontal. The past couple of days is an attempt to reclaim the purple trend line, which it hasn't. There was decent volume on this indecision, almost an indecision candle. This is the Friday the 19th, 7.9 million shares on this little tiny candle here. But you can see the next couple of days, Monday and Tuesday, see the volume just drop off. So we went from 7.9 million, 2.75, and then 1.77. So not a lot of volume. It is to the downside, really. Yeah, financials are going to be hit pretty hard in January. So if you are long financials, or in this case, American Express, take your profits because you're going to be hurting in January. Okay. Momentum is still to the downside. There's no change. Okay. Let's switch over to Bank of America. This is the other one. You can see here a attempt to reclaim or to overcome the overhead resistance of the purple trend line. So similar to American Express, the volume has dropped off. Some decent selling here, 87 million on Thursday last week. And then an attempt to push through this purple trend line with decreasing green candles, green volume. So you've got here 73 million, and then a big drop off to 33, and then today at 22. So yeah, lower prices for Bank of America. Don't go long now. Okay, I'm just gonna zoom out so you can see. Overall direction is down to this 38. There will be a bounce off of this 200 day. I'll just kind of annotate it. Freehand it like this maybe. There's the 200 day. And, excuse me, let's make it blue. Okay, and there's other tickers for today. The last set of tickers are really for the year. Christmas is on this Thursday. Well, maybe I'll make a video on Tuesday. Yeah, I'll probably be able to. I'm on vacation right now. I'll be back on next week to back home. So I'll make a video there as well. And that will be the last one, I guess. Yeah, let's do it that way. Okay. Anyway, give me a thumbs up. I hope you like the material. Share it with your friends and family. And I will see you next week.